Hi, welcome to Don't Pull the Chicken Switch 1.5 minute nugget. I'm your host, Kid Olowitz, checking in today, literally from the cornfields of Indiana. I'm here today for work, and I have to say the humidity has arrived. I am dying of heat, even though I'm barely doing a 7.5 minute pace today. I lived for a number of years in Ohio and Texas, and I have to say, while I loved my time there, I do not miss the humidity. The allure of the cool, crisp air of Utah is appetizing. Today's 1.5 minute nugget is entitled, Close Causes Blindness. Again, close causes blindness. And I'm going to be specifically talking about the fact that sometimes the closer we are to anything, whatever it is, the situation, a goal, the desired outcome, expectations, problems, it can cause unintentional blindness to the fact that we may not even be aware of what's truly happening. Let me give you a couple of examples. My wife just returned to me a document I was working up to try to send to someone, and I had reviewed the document intensely before sending it to her, trying to have her look at it and not find any errors. And I had one particular phrase where I was talking about working from the inside out, and I instead put from the outside outside. I had reviewed that document at least 7 times before I sent it to my wife. She sent it, and she immediately called me to say that she'd found an error and wasn't sure if it was supposed to be there or not. And I was flabbergasted after so many reviews, after being so close to it, that I literally didn't see a major faux pas or error in my language. Another example is when my kids were young, we used to look at those Finding Waldo books, and you would sometimes stare at that thing forever, only to discover that I'm sweating like a dog here, that Waldo was right in front of you, and it was right there, but you literally couldn't see it because of blindness. Not intentional, but unintentional blindness. I had lunch meeting with a retired CEO recently, and he was talking about the complexity and the just amazingness that he found as CEO to be able to not climb out of the trenches to see things. And he said, the day that I retired as CEO, I saw 2 things that were critical that I couldn't believe that I hadn't seen before. And how is that possible? And so there are multiple situations where we can fall a victim to being too close to something, and it actually causes us to pull the chicken switch because we don't realize that the answer is right there in front of us. Here's one that I've used for years, which is so simple and has been used for literally decades, so you'll resonate with it, but it has to do with getting up in the morning. I struggle like everybody else to get up in the morning, and after you actually can get the bed off the back, which is the first challenge, often the time it takes you to find your workout clothes and then get out the door can be the space between going to work out and then not being successful. So a simple solution that can make it easy so that you don't fall back into bed is to put your clothes out before you go work out the night before. And so when you show up to work out after getting out of bed, it's right there in front of you. You can put them on and then leave. And that's an example of the solution is so right there in front of you. It's so easy to reduce the amount of time you chicken switch just by doing that one alteration. But if you don't take time to look at the situation, sometimes blindness can continue to be a problem. And another earlier nugget that I'd shared before is about the idea is when you take time to look at the way you see things, the way that you see things changes. The same thing applies here, that sometimes being so close to whatever it is you're going after can actually cause blindness. My challenge to you is to look at something you're working on, some situation, actually any situation, just your life, and realize that you're in the middle of your life, and sometimes that can cause immense blindness, especially as it relates to areas where you want to do something, stop something, start something, and you continue to pull the chicken switch. All right, that's my advice to you tonight. I hope you have a great day, and I'm back to running in the absolutely crazy humidity of cornfields, Indiana. See ya.